Good day everyone, my name is Andrea Meiba. As we all know, biodiversity refers to biological variety in all of its forms, including the genetic makeup of plants and animals as well as cultural diversity. Biodiversity plays a significant role in human nutrition through its influence on global food production, as it ensures the sustainable productivity of soils and provides the genetic resources for all crops, livestock, and marine species harvested for food. Changes in biodiversity have an impact on how ecosystems function, and serious disruptions to ecosystems can have a detrimental effect on the products and services that support life. We will present our collage and discuss the significance of biodiversity as well as the human activities that damage it. Lastly, is to advocate for strategies to defend our biodiversity from these changes.
This is the Group 8 collage about the impact of biodiversity on various aspects of human life. As you can see, each side has two circles that represent the positive and negative impact on our biodiversity. On the left side, the human actions that threaten biodiversity are shown, but if they are halted, our biodiversity will expand, allowing species to coexist peacefully as what the right side picture out. But in order to reconcile the emerging needs of the human and their health with the needs to protect the biodiversity, humans must take actions like increasing acceptance of consuming seasonal indigenous food species and much more. Biodiversity has greatly helped us life, which must protect, and each person can take small steps to make it safer, like planting trees or recycling materials. However, there are still humans who do activities that can harm biodiversity, like deforestation and overexploitation. But if those activities are stopped, all species on the earth will live in harmony. Good day everyone, this is Ivan Rose-Galvan. We all understand that there is biological diversity all around us, and that is essential to human existence. But what effect does this diversity have on our daily lives? The security of foods and nutrition, energy, the creation of medication, and demand of fresh water, which collectively sustain good health, are all supported by biodiversity. Additionally, it promotes employment opportunities and leisure pursuits that enhance general well-being. The health of our planet depends heavily on our biodiversity. Most society have at some points understood how important it is to preserve natural resources. However, many still do not.
Good day, co-learners. I'm Christian Ivancola, and I will be reporting the human population growth and pollution and destruction. Human population growth. Unlike all other species, human population growth had risen at a very rapid rate over the past century. According to Worldometer, the human population growth exceeds 8 billion. As a result, there is an extreme pressure on the natural world, threatening the survival of natural species and habitats, increasing the extraction of resources from the environment. These resources include fossil fuels, minerals, trees, water, and wildlife, especially in the oceans. Moreover, it also leads to a lack of food supply, causing the widespread famine that threatens to eliminate a large portion of the human population. Thus, if we can control the rapidly increasing human species, it's not only their lives put in danger, but also the whole biodiversity. The next one is pollution and destruction. Technological industrial processes have led to the production of chemicals, such as acetic ion, pesticide, and the like. When these chemicals are released into the environment, it contaminates water, air, and soil, which leads to dying of several species. And also, we are subject to its toxic effects that might inflict several respiratory problems if we are too exposed.
Good morning everyone, I'm Joshua Malinaw, and my topic for today is about destruction of habitat. So what is habitat destruction? So habitat destruction is the process in which natural habitat is rendered functionally unable to support the species present. So in this process, the organisms that previously used the site are displaced or destroyed. So reducing biodiversity whenever humans take over natural areas for own use. So we are encroaching on the habitat of another creature, and progressively we are doing this at an alarming rate. So these are the causes of habitat destruction. So number 1 is deforestation, 2 desertification, 3 urbanization, 4 animals, 5 pollution, and 6 cutting trees. How can we prevent habitat destruction? So number 1 is we can combat habitat loss by preserving natural resources and learning how to use them in a way that does not require such as frequent destruction of habitats. Number 2, we should always teach others the importance of biodiversity. Number 3, along with education, awareness should also be raised. So that's all. Thank you.
The exploitation of plants and animals has been around since the dawn of human race. If there are any good resources, we take advantage of them. We use up everything we have and move on without giving back to the environment. Animals and plants exploitation were reported as a problem in the early 60s. There are many causes that have led to overexploitation. Hunting for money, food, or medicine, taken to extremities. Voracious demands of national markets such as Chinese marketing. The exploitation of ecosystem by humans has long-lasting consequences for the future provision of natural resources and ecosystem services. This may negatively affect the provision of food, increase health hazard, and risks of natural disasters, and many more. The solutions to the overexploitation of natural resources is to significantly reduce the objects, materials, and resources used in the development of human life and the volume of waste in production systems. Manage resources in a sustainable manner, promote the production of renewable energy.
Hello everyone, this is me, Andrea Meba, discussing the signs of environmental contaminations. There are numerous signs that a dangerous disequilibrium is developing in our ecosystems. Some scientists believe that pesticides, heavy metals, toxic chemical byproducts, and other contaminants are responsible for an increase in disease occurrence and the death of natural populations on a global scale. For example, the deaths and population declines of birds and fish have been linked to contamination from oil spills. How about humans? Well, in our species, early childhood and infancy are increasingly affected by harmful health impacts associated with chemical exposure. These are the periods of vulnerability to environmental pollution because they spend more energy, food, water, and oxygen. Hence, young children are likely to take in and store more toxic chemicals per pound than adults. The incidence of birth defects and diseases linked to environmental pollution has risen among children living in environmentally contaminated areas, which cause diseases like cancer, chronic lung disease, and childhood asthma that lead to the deaths of numerous children.
Wonderful day, everyone. I am Rinald M. Pascual. Utilizing biodiversity has a positive influence, but because of human activity, our ecosystem has been devastated. Among there are the fossil fuels. For the past 200 years, fossil fuels, which include naturally occurring substances like oil, coal, and natural gas, have been widely exploited as energy sources in industrial processes. These fossil fuels are taken from the underground reserves that were created millions of years ago by geological and biological processes, and they are not replenished. The chemical byproducts of burning fossil fuels are discharged into the atmosphere, where they contribute to acid rain and other forms of global air pollution. The phenomenon known as global warming has also been connected to the use of fossil fuels. Because of biodiversity gives us all we require to survive, it is now up to us to take actions and preserve biodiversity, encouraging activities like planting trees, recycling, buying eco-friendly goods, avoiding burning plastics to reduce air pollution, and many other actions that would benefit our biodiversity.